Good morning, YouTubers. This is your zip code Farik. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code in Southern California at the ZCF Studios on this Saturday, February 21st. And the zip code for today's video is still in Massachusetts, 01541, Princeton, Massachusetts. It's not the one that most people think of. That's in New Jersey with the university attached to it. It's a far smaller town in the northern part of the state of Massachusetts, 20 miles east, actually, of the city of Barre, which we did in our first video on Massachusetts towns. The area has rolling hills like Barre, and it's also a scenic area. In fact, Wachusett Mountain straddles the border between it and the next town over, Westminster, and the entrance to Wachusett Mountain is here. Historically speaking, it's most known for an area known as Redemption Rock, where one of the early settlers was rescued from King Philip's clutches. He was a local Indian chieftain by folks in 1676. The area was incorporated in 1759. It's about 35.4 square miles, and 3,523 people live in it as of 2025. It's considered an exurb for Worcester, Gardner, and Boston. Boston is about 63, 64 miles to the southeast, and Worcester is about 18 miles south. So this area is mainly known for, besides being a commuter suburb for these three towns I just mentioned, it's known mainly for tourism and skiing. It's the most accessible skiing area in the state. Wachusett Mountain sits at 2,006 feet above sea level, and it's not going to be even California Big Bear or Wrightwood skiing, to say nothing of Mammoth, but it is a good place to get started if you're a skier living in this area. I have no knowledge of the craft whatsoever, so I just speak as one having read about this. But they have lifts open. People have different levels of skiing here, and when it's not snowbound, it is also a place for hiking and for other recreational activities there. It's conservation land, so that needs to be kept in mind. For an area like this, the median household income is pretty high, $150,577 a year. 48.9 years is the median age. 92.9% white, 2.2% Hispanic, 4.2% two or more races, 0.5% other, and 0.1% black is the population, the demographics. And like all of Massachusetts, it gets more than enough rain and snow. 48 inches annually on the average of rain, 71 inches of snow on the average annually. And there are two people of interest I'm going to speak of that are from this area. The first was a man known as Daniel Davis Jr., dates were 1813 to 1887, and he was most known as a photographer and a daguerreotypist, which was an early form of photography, daguerreotyping. Running photos on silver or plates or silver copper plates. This man was most known for patenting in 1842 a way to get color in these daguerreotypes or photography. And although it didn't happen for a long time, for probably people didn't really put it much into use for years and years afterward for whatever reason. But 1842, you could get a colored daguerreotype. It was there. Process was there. This Daniel Davis Jr. man patented that. So call him, I hope this colors you interested. And the other person I want to talk about is Colin Benny, who was born in this town. He was born in 1995. He's a distance runner, marathon runner for a lot of the, especially the Boston marathons. It was the closest big one to him, but other times as well. And he also went for the 2020 Olympic trials. He did well enough to place in the top 10 in the 2020 and the 2024 Olympic trials. He was born here and he was raised in the area and went to school at Wachusett High School. Named after the mountain, I guess. Anyway, so right now, speaking of Wachusett Mountain and skiing, the area is under a winter storm watch. Right now it's 29 degrees. Low is going to be 20 tonight. It's cloudy. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy with a high of 32 and a low of 24. Monday is when the snow is supposed to come in. High of 28, low of 20. And then Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 33 and a low of 7. supposed to rain later in the week. So, Massachusetts weather, what can I say? It's February. Anyway, that's Princeton to whet your appetites for this. If you like, hit like, subscribe. If you don't like, leave a comment in the comment section below. Either way, I welcome all comments and improvements to the show. And until the next video, take care.